Hello, my name's Cody. This is just a simple audio video test. I've never done any kind of video tutorial or really much of anything with screen capture software, so this is just kind of a test for me to see how this whole process works. Um, this little scene I have up here is something that I did while helping somebody on the forums. They were interested in making some kind of solar system simulation using physics. I think they were wanting to use reactor or something like that, but I had a suggestion of using particle flow, which is what I have set up here. These are actually different particles in a particle system. So let me just go ahead and play this. Some interesting stuff going on here. You got a comet. Over here you actually have a planet with the moon rotating around it, and these are all actually being simulated by gravity space warps. There's no animation going on or things moving along splines, which I guess that would be more practical, but this was just kind of a test to prove that it could be done this way, I guess you could say. I guess it was really just for fun more than anything, just to see if you could do it, if it could be done. So let me go back here. Let's take a look at the particle system. Press 6 to bring that up, by the way. Here you can see that each one of those planets or particles has its own source. Each one is a separate particle system with just one object inside of it. So you have here the outer planet, which is this guy here, and then the inner planet, and then the planet moon source is actually this guy over here. It's the planet with the moon rotating around it, and then the moon itself, and then we got the comet. And the system for each one is pretty basic. They're pretty much the same thing. You have a speed. It's just an initial speed to get it kind of moving, and a gravity space warp for each one. Each one has its own gravity space warp. There's a different one for each one, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then, of course, a shape. Each one is just a sphere. And then each one of these is actually being sent out to a delete node. One of them is for the fast-moving particles, and one of them is for the slow-moving particles. And that's just, because some of them are moving faster than others, and kind of have like a consistent little effect here, that little trail you see, just to give it kind of some visual feedback on the screen about what's going on. Close this out and take a look at the other stuff that's going on here. You can see each one of these is a gravity space warp with a different strength. They all have the same decay, and the reason for that is, well, it's the decay of the gravity for this object, and the reason each one has a different strength is to kind of simulate each particle having a different mass from each other. So that's the reason for having multiple of these. And then I also have out here a wind, and that's just for the comet to blow the dust and the ion tail out. And then over here we also have another gravity here for the moon, and this is using some basic scripting to follow the particle so that the moon can rotate around it. I actually go back into the particle flow here. We could take a look at that. It's pretty simple. Where's that at? Script operator. It's a pretty simple script. All it's doing is setting a variable to being the gravity operator, and then setting that object's transform to be that of the particle. Pretty simple. And that's pretty much it.